Basically, about 6 years ago, I was actually at this house of blues, and we stayed at the hotel right across the street. We played a back-to-back show with The Day to Remember. We were on their tour with them. And I was just kind of sitting outside and just thinking about, the position that I'm in, the life that I have, and all of the fans that, really, grown through August Burns Red's lyrics and things like that. So I just kind of prayed and talked to God about just kind of being thankful, and then kind of asking about how I'd be able to be able to give back to the kids in the community, so and my fans. So basically, I came up with this idea of having an online community for kids to talk openly about their struggles of addictions or spiritual issues, and for me to kind of unveil more of who I am and the things that I've overcome, and kind of the acceptance and grace and love that God has kind of impacted and shown in my life to these kids that are dealing with certain issues. And so it's hearing these kids talk about the lyrics and how they've helped them overcome heroin abuse or being sexually assaulted or things like that. I really wanted to give kids that are struggling in those types of situations a place to talk and vent and tell their stories and be heard and be encouraged, and so that's kind of how Heart Support just kind of was birthed. No, I didn't really understand where it would go. I mean, this was just an idea, and I knew that I wanted to commit to it, and I felt like it was something that God wanted me to do and that I wanted to do. And then I just was working at it, and then things have it's just kind of grown organically to become what it is today. Long-term goals is to definitely do more things on the tour side of stuff, like do more festivals, have our tents at different events, maybe sponsor tours down the road, to get somebody to actually, volunteer for our sport, to be on the road, promoting and spreading the word of the community. Then another thing that we like to do is build more programs for in-house small groups on specific things. We definitely have a new program that we're releasing soon. It's a 6-step process. It's a program called Restore, and that's going to be really helpful. That's coming out in January, so we're really pumped on that. There's definitely some things where we want to interact and have more ability to connect with professional counselors, get them to either do some blogs for us, but also, if we have kids that are really going through something really severe, that they have an option where they can go get professional help. Because, we're not professional counselors, we're just a group of people with, that want to help and help people where they're at. So I think, there's definitely a lot of other things that we want to look long term. But right now, it's just taking those baby steps to get. It's not that easy. You know what I mean? For me, it takes a lot to explain or to be able to help somebody. I have to know more of details, on the specific thing, because I think that for you just to give a quick response to something that's so severe and personal is kind of not really even caring it. I think for you to understand what the situation is, you have to be like in that person's environment. So you need to know a lot of their past, maybe a lot of why it is, like dig deeper, because a lot of substance abuse problems are very surface level. There's a root to the problem. It's not that they're abusing alcohol, it's that there's something else going on within them. Yeah, because I've in my past have abused alcohol, and I've realized that it's not the alcohol that's the problem. That's the medication. That's the temporal satisfaction. The problem is maybe something that happened in the past, or a certain person in their life that's doing something or whatever. So you have to go to that route, really dig deep. But overall, I think it's courageous for people to face the fact that they have a problem. That's really one of the most difficult challenges is recognizing that you have a problem. So I would congratulate them and tell them that I'm proud of them for even admitting that, and then tell them that it's not going to happen overnight. It's a process. I mean, you look at anything. Like you get a trophy, and you have it in your closet. You look at that trophy, you go, "Yeah, man, I remember, winning that trophy." But you have to think of all the times that you went to practice. All the sweat, all the bruises, all the extra time, the sacrifice from hanging out with friends and partying to dedicate your time to, win that championship or whatever. It's the same thing with when you're combating a substance abuse problem or self-harm. It's going to be that much amount of time, that much sacrifice, and but it's well worth it because it's your life. It's the one life that you have to live, and it's going to completely drastically change the course of where you're headed. I mean, we look at people that have substance abuse issues, and it becomes generational, becomes what I call it, like a stronghold. Their kids end up being raised in an abusive home, and then all of a sudden they have kids, and it goes on and on. So but people have the strength to do it. I've witnessed it on many accounts, and even including myself. And for me as a man of faith, I really lean mostly on God to really guide me through that and give me that strength. But it's a walk together. I have a motto with God. It's what we do together. It's not necessarily all Him. It's not necessarily all me. It's us together, and we walk together. And so that's that relationship has really brought me to where I am today. Well, I want to say congrats on getting your 501c3.
Thank you.
That's huge,
Appreciate
man.
that.
And it's great to see another man that wants to, help people and encourage them. And
I appreciate that.
I hope the best for you. I definitely want to say thanks to my fans, and thanks for people who have checked out Heart Support and who picked up August Red's latest record, Found in Faraway Places, and hopefully we'll see you out there when the shows.